What if you just had 2 days to go to Tobermory and you wanted to plan an itinerary which is budget friendly? Don't worry. Watch this video till the end because I've got you covered. Hi, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to discuss with you guys a 2-day itinerary to visit Tobermory. Tobermory has a lot of attractions, and since we're going there for just 2 days, I would suggest that we plan our trip around 2 of its famous destinations. And for this video, it will be Grotto and Flowerpot Island. Before we start though, we need to discuss a very major drawback of Tobermory, and that is food. Because it is a tourist destination, you will not find your usual fast food restaurants or chains there to grab a food or a snack for cheap. And if you're a coffee lover, let me warn you, every restaurant or even hotels there stop serving coffee about noon or 2 p.m. I have no idea why they do that, but that's the truth. Moving on. When we plan a trip, we need to obviously have a certain checklist to follow, right? So number 1 on your checklist should be booking a stay. You need to be clear on what kind of stay you want. Do you want to have a kitchen there? Do you want more space? Etc, etc. We were just 4 friends hanging out, so all we needed was a bed to sleep on and a bathroom to freshen up. We stayed at a nice and cozy motel. Details of it will be in the description box below if you're interested. The one room with 2 bed and 1 bath for just 1 night costed the 4 of us around $99. And on top of it, it was 15 minutes away from every destination in Tobermory. So I think we definitely had a good deal. Next on your checklist is of course reservations. If you're planning to visit either of these locations, you will have to go to the Park Scander reservation website. I will have the link in the description box below, so go check it out. You basically book a parking ticket there, and that would be your entrance to the Bruce Peninsula National Park, which will give you access to both Grotto as well as the halfway log dump area. The halfway log dump was actually not open, so we only could go to Grotto. So that is what we chose. Next, you need to visit another Canadian government website to book your cruise to the Flowerpot Island. This island is only accessible by boat cruises from 2 different companies, so you get to choose from which one you want. And we chose the Blue Heron because it has a lot of open deck area that you can walk around. You can choose either of those. I will again have the link of it in the description box below. Go check it out and decide for yourself. Now that we are all booked and ready, let's discuss the food and stay again. If you plan to go on a budget-friendly and cheap trip, it's going to be kind of tough for you to find cheap as well as yummy food. But there is this one place called Shipwreck Lee. This one place called Lee's Shipwreck. And the Shipwreck Lee and Lee Shipwreck. And we food കഴിച്ച സ്ഥലത്തിന്റെ ഓർമ്മയുണ്ടോ നിനക്ക്? ഇതൊക്കെ ഞാൻ നോക്കിയോളാം. എൻ്റെ ഉണ്ടത് അടിവാണല്ലേ കഴിച്ചേ. Okay, Shipwreck Lee. There's this one famous spot called Shipwreck Lee's. It is famous for its fried fish and chips. Was it the best fish and chips I've ever had? Not really, but it wasn't that bad. The decor in there is different and unique, so you might want to go check it out. Or you can venture out and find different places. Now, let's get into the itinerary for the 2 days. Day 1. Since we're discussing trip on a budget, no matter where you're traveling from, I would suggest that you grab your morning coffee and your breakfast from any of the Tim's or cheap restaurants before you reach Tobermory. That way, you have one thing less to worry about. We got our breakfast from Tim's and also got some more food for a snack/lunch situation later on, which saved us a lot of money. And also be warned that the last stop for Tim Hortons before Tobermory is a town called Vierton, which is at least 1 hour away from Tobermory, so make a note of that. Book the earliest reservation to Grotto or halfway log dump. Once you've finished that 4 or 6 hours, you will have a lot of other time to visit other small places in Tobermory. You should be done exploring Grotto by noon or 1 p.m. at the max. Then check into your room, freshen up and get ready to explore more. Depending on where you booked your stay, you might want to check out restaurants if you're hungry. Like mentioned before, we had our late lunch at Shipwreck Lee's. And like mentioned before, we had our late lunch at Shipwreck Lee's. Let's go. There are a few beaches near Tobermory that you might want to explore. There is one very famous beach called Singing Sands Beach. This beach is known to have a lot of land area with just knee-high water. It also is expensive when it comes to parking and entrance fees. We did not go there. We were sure we weren't getting down into water, but you can check it out if you want to. We instead went to another beach called Little Cove's Pebble Beach. It is a very nice and peaceful area to be in. We enjoyed there a lot, and we were also brave enough to walk into the water for a hot minute because it was that cold.
Ready, 1, 2, 3.
At sunset, we squeezed in one last stop, and that is to visit the big Tub Lighthouse. The colors of the sunset magnifies as it hits the clear water. So don't forget to check this place out too. Most of the restaurants, at least when we went, closes in Tobermory at around 9 p.m. So if you're hungry after that, it's going to be hard to find some place to eat. Luckily, our hotel had a small restaurant and we grabbed some food before we went to bed. Day 2. Again, visit the Flowerpot Island at the earliest ticket available. The hiking and traveling, it's probably going to tire you a lot. Finish up that in the morning so you have a peaceful evening. If you're staying further away from Tobermory, grab a breakfast from any of your favorite places, or like we did, get your own food. We also had coffee from what it looks like to be the only place that's open for coffee. Plus point here, it was right next to the deck to board your boat from. So we didn't have to waste any time there. Please take advantage of the washrooms before you leave for the Flowerpot Island. I've given detailed description of it in my Flowerpot Island video. If you haven't checked that out already, I will link it in the description box below or up here somewhere. We had lots of snacks on the island, so we didn't feel quite like having a huge lunch. Now it's time to head back home. But there is one place I recommend you do visit. It is none other than the very famous Sauble Beach. This place is known to have a mesmerizing sunset, and we were actually blessed to see it. It's time to head back home, wind up for the weekend, and hope for another beautiful weekend to come. I hope you liked this video. If you did, don't forget to comment that, let me know. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I also have detailed videos for both Grotto and Flowerpot Island, so you might definitely want to check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit that bell notification button so that the next time I post the video, you don't miss it out. Until next time, bye! Cameraman Naveen, Sonia.